My name is Jessica. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special guest. I want to introduce to you my roommate, Maeghan. Come on down, Maeghan.
Scoot, 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 scoot. Where does it need to be?
Does that seem better? Megan and I are roommates.
We live together.
We do. We live together. We met on Plenty of Fish. Actually,
And Tinder.
it really wasn't like, it really was online, but
It was. It wasn't completely dissimilar to people
Right.
who meet on Match.com.
right. It was Bumble. So the reason that we wanted to make a video today was because something that we do pretty much every day is she comes home and somehow we end up in like a super deep chat about life and things.
Oh my god! What is that? What is that?
So as I've been getting better at recording videos, somebody commented and asked, could you do a video about what to do while you're waiting on the Lord when you're single? I have been single for basically 2 years. And Megan, you've been single for a long time too.
Yeah.
It may not sound like it's like that long, but
It feels like it's a long time.
it feels like it's a long time, and it's because I feel as though like we grew a lot in that small amount of time. So this video is more for the people that are like, you know that you want to be married someday. You want to be in a really like serious relationship, but right now is the season of waiting, and there are things that like I have done and that Megan has done in order to prepare for that relationship. We're not trying to tell you what to do or how you should be living your life. These are just things that we have done and has served us really well. So we already talk about it in our own time, so we just want to share. Here are some of the things that we have done while we've been waiting on God. Okay, I know this sounds kind of crazy and it's like sort of unconventional, but something that I do every single day, not kidding, at 10 o'clock a.m. I get a ping on my phone that tells me to pray for my husband. I had a friend who, she like wrote me a list of things that I should pray about. So I often pray that God will just like protect his heart, that he has a relationship with God already. The same way that we try to, I'm trying to protect my eyes from things that like just aren't good for me, whether that's like pornography or things like that. Like, I'm also praying that my husband has a similar mindset and that he's trying to do the same things. I'm not sitting there like at 10 o'clock and it pings and I'm like praying for like an hour. It's more or less just a reminder to think about him every single day and just to pray good things for him. Where are you? Why are you here?
I need to pray for my husband, whoever you are.
Girl, you should. Hey boy, if you're watching,
Hey girl.
I pray for you.
I pray for you hard. I pray for you so hard.
So dirty. On a similar note, this one is tough. And don't get me wrong, like before I even say the words, there are times in here that I did fall short, that I did screw up, and I'm human and
It happens.
But that's not an excuse. I really did my best to remain pure. The thing about God anyways is that like we don't try to do anything from a religious standpoint. Like it's like I don't try to remain pure in order to earn something else, in order to like earn God's love or to do anything like that. It's more like the more I got to know God, the more he changed my heart, and I didn't want to do those things
Yes,
anyways.
exactly.
But there were times where I would forget who I am. I remember like after I had kind of screwed up, it just hit me really hard, and I was like, that did not make me feel any better. I want to save this for my husband. And yeah, so I've kind of done that since.
Right.
It just taught me a lot about not just about like discipline, but like just respecting my body, you know, and who I choose to give it to. This is me. This is me.
I think one of the things that I definitely tried to do in this season was just remain present. I have anxiety, big surprise. And so I think I'm constantly wondering what's gonna come next. For whatever reason, when I was in a relationship and even coming out of that relationship, I was like, okay, well, what's next? Like I need to like find that next person because I'm 25 and like all of these things are happening.
I tend to be like a really forward thinker, like just naturally, instead of just being like, God, like this is the season you've placed me in. Help me just be in this season.
Yes. Hold on, I'm gonna read this first because it's amazing.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna get real Jesus.
Oh
here
my
now.
God.
So I remember I was doing some TiVo time back in January, and I had decided for 2018 that I wanted my word to be present. Like, I was like, God, like, I am just fully ready for whatever you have and whatever you're gonna put in front of me. And I found this verse, it's Isaiah 43:19, and see, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. And it talks a lot in that verse about being present and how when we are not in the moment, we're going to miss what God puts in front of us.
Yes.
If we are looking here and God is putting somebody, anything, opportunity right here, we're gonna miss it.
Yes.
We're gonna miss it.
Forgive me if I feel like I'm like dominating this conversation.
No.
This
is your video. I'm just here. I'm
just
here for
sorry.
fun.
I just didn't know this was happening today. I spend a lot of one-on-one time with God. That sounds really like super spiritually religious, but it is the thing that has changed me the most. I will get on my hands and knees and cry and pray and worship in my own time because it just changes my heart. I constantly have to ask God, I'm like, God, like, I want to be the person that I'm looking for. I don't want to be a hypocrite in whatever relationship that I get into. I'm like, help me see myself and like my future relationship the way you do. You'll be amazed when you see God genuinely and you do that. He will work on that. He will change the way you see things. If you want to know what a good relationship looks like, God has shown me the greatest example because it's like the way Jesus treats the church. It's not that easy, I know, once you're actually in the relationship, but the goal of being married, I know from what I've read, is that to draw you closer to God. It's not like this, it's this. And then I feel like you're the same way. I just really try to like learn what I need to. Learn to cook. Like do the things that
you want to do.
Yeah, that like grow you, that just like it's kind of just like adding onto this like resume. Just do those things. There's no harm in just really just adding to your well-roundedness, because why not? Because it's awesome, and right now you have that time.
I think like looking back at this season and being like, I did absolutely every single thing that I wanted to do. Nothing left unfinished by me, by myself.
So another thing that we have on our list is comparison. Like other people are getting into relationships, other people are getting these better jobs, other people are having these opportunities. And it just kind of leaves you in this place of
despair.
Totally lost my train of thought. And then I heard you say despair and I was like, where are we going?
Sometimes when we want something so badly, we get into this headspace that God's blessing has a limit. That because it's happening for somebody else, it's never gonna happen for us. Well, God bless them with a really great marriage and a beautiful engagement, so I guess I don't get that. And I remember scrolling through Instagram and finding this Instagram,
I was about to say it! How did you know I was gonna say it?
Instagram, because you know, that's where I find all of my inspiration. There was this post that said, just because it's happening before you does not mean that it's going to happen instead of you.
I love it. I love it. During this season in my life, I remember just making like a vow to myself that I was like, God, if it is just me and you for the rest of my life, I've come to a place where I'm okay with that. I want to find the person that's for me, but I would rather be content with just like myself and my relationship with God than knowing that I settled for someone that didn't deserve me or that wasn't good for me. And I just kind of feel like that ties in with comparison. I had to become content or at least try to learn to be more content in my season and be like, okay, well, you know what? Like, that's clearly not for me anyways. But that comes with like a daily, like almost like exercise of that skill. I also don't want you to think that like, whoa, like they're like way like super, no.
We're still figuring this out. We are still figuring this out.
Probably one of the biggest things that have made just a significant difference, I think probably in both of our lives, is the people we surrounded ourselves with. It can make or break like who you are while you're single. The friends that I've been surrounding myself with lately, like we share a lot of similar values, and they're actually ahead of me. Most of them, they're in a place that I want to be, so I can learn from them and they can pour into me. I've just found that that's made a significant difference in who I am, and although maybe my husband isn't hanging out with them, but it's developed me into the person that
that you want to be for your husband.
that I want to be for him, and it just encourages me to not be afraid to put myself into other environments with that confidence where he might be. Maybe I'll bump into him at church, maybe I won't.
Yeah.
But either way, like, it's taught me like what I do and do not deserve. Granted, I've never been married, okay, so
don't know anything.
this is
I'm not pretending to know anything.
But if you know a godly marriage and like a godly man is like what you're looking for, and you keep finding yourself in those same dead end relationships like over and over and over again, like something has to change. And it's not an easy thing to do. Like, it's easy in the sense that when you're so fed up with the life that you were living that you are desperate for something more.
Yes.
But it's not easy in the sense that there's a lot of things that you might need to give up. And it's not to say that you can't hang out with like your old friends anymore. You can, but
Totally.
you just have to know the difference between like the people that you want to be like and the people that you're okay with knowing like you're going this way and they might be going a totally different direction.
Yeah.
I know I kind of already touched on this, but one thing I really try to prepare my heart for is just like a heart that is ready to serve. I think a lot of people go into relationships thinking about like what they can get as opposed to what they can give. That's like also a muscle like that I've kind of had to work, and whether that's like showing that in my, not just my future relationship like with my romantic partner, but like in my friendships, and maybe at church, just like areas that I'll try to like volunteer and like do things for other people, like genuinely like preparing your heart to like serve another human being, like other than yourself. Because if you're going into it from like that selfish perspective, all you're gonna do is suck the life out of that other person. I think I've already said it so many times that I've never been married.
Don't know.
But I have been in relationships before, and I know what I do and what I don't want, and I know that I want to do this as humbly as I can.
Yes.
And to be able to be that person for my future spouse.
I think like one of the big things that like I remember like becoming single and being like, wow, I'm in a season of drought. No, it's not. It's not actually. Like, why do we think that because we don't have somebody else, we can't live our life like to the unbelievable fullest? I'm not in a desert. I'm on like a field of wildflowers, man. Like, my life is so beautiful, and I have the opportunity to live it in the exact way that I want to.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, tacking onto that. Yeah. Even though, yes, this is the video that we're trying to prepare like for our spouses, but like at the end of the day, like I don't think that we should see singleness as just like a waiting for, like waiting around for that person.
No.
Like, as I said, if I never find that person, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, fine.
Kind of sucks a little bit, but at the same time, it's like, don't spend this season just like waiting around and thinking that this is just straight up just preparation for somebody else. At the end of the day, like this is your life, and you are full on your own, and the person that should come into your life should only complement the person that you already are, not complete the person that you are.
Exactly, multiply you and not add to you. Like, that's all that they're supposed to do. That's it. The only thing. But we're not experts. I'm not an expert.
But we're not experts.
But we're not.
But we're like pretty close.
Basically, look for in your future husband what Cooper and I have found in each other.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay, I have to go.
Okay.
Goodbye, friends.
Bye, Megan.
Bye, love you.
Love you too. Hope you find your dad. Okay, friends, that is all the time I have for today. My name is Jessica. Please like this video, share it, tag your friends, whatever you want to do. And if you have any suggestions of what you want to see next, or what we can try to talk about, or I can try to discuss, let me know. Have a very blessed day, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.